Kevin, boy, who was here today, he said, hey, Colin, you know, we enjoy coming down here. All these years we've been coming down. We'd like to stay and still come down. I said, what? You're welcome, you can stay any time. So they came in under the umbrella of our insurance, because you've got to deal all with insurances. They're very careful through TCV and, as I say, Zurich. And so we had to clear all that. And then they came, and they carried on to do the work. And then we thought, this is super, this is. And of course, the parts department came in more with Sarah and the team, and they were really close. And we've got a great working partnership with Derby Parts. Can't wish for it better. And so we thought, hey, that's good, that is. That Kevin's still coming down, can still do the different work we've got to do, because you've got to work to your management plans, because they're so important for the generation ahead of that Sarah and James do. So we thought, let's see what happens. So, Sarah, next one, please. Here we are. James and Sarah came down, and there was the new management plan. 2014 to 23. We name all our compartments. See, there's the pavilion up there with the parking. Here's the compartments all over here, all the different names up. That's all the football pitches over there. And all these, the balancing pond there. As I said, it's 38 exercise, all this. And so, they thought, what's going to happen now? So Sarah and James came down and they drafted this new plan up. And you know, they kind of invited us back to their Ashover, their farm, Ravenscroft Farm in Ashover. And they told us and explained all how they deal with different things on these management plans. It was great pair, wonderful. Thanks, Sarah. And then, what came next? High-level stewardship, HLS. That came on board all over Great Britain, high-level stewardship. Natural England was introducing this, and luckily in Derby, the big 5 sites, and Sinfin Moor, Nature Reserve, was one of them, which we was really pleased about. Yeah, so what happened was, look, they do edge laying, there's dead edge laying, the receding of paint, it's just all happened. Kevin here, remember all the rag work, they had to clear 3 fields because you can't have it in when they mow it, can you, because it's deadly to horses, etc. So that was a major job, because also we get come down, we get community payback. They often come down and do work for us, they do lots of work, and it's all appreciated. And eventually, look, well, we get the cattle come down. They can control the meadows and that, and so we hope to see all them. Is it the end of next year? Next year, Sarah? So we hope to see all that. So this high-level stewardship is the way forward. And luckily, they've picked us, for one of them anyway. Thanks, Sarah. So here we go. As I just said, what happened was with the XTC chaps, they formed themselves and made them the Derby Parks Volunteers. They got their own constitutional, a committee, chair, and all that, and they've come along, and you see there, that's the scrub clearance in the balancing pond, massive area that. Do you know, in fact, that area there is so nice in the summer, that going back a couple of years, I couldn't believe it, went down into it, and there was a family living with a tent. And I think they were Eastern Europeans, and they got even a shed, they got even a mattress in the tent. They've been living there ages. And of course we thought, hey, listen, what's going on here? And only one of them could speak English. But we said, is there any children here? And we thought we saw children's toys, you see, because you've got to remember what's happening around there, what's going on. And so we contacted the rangers, and they gave them a few days to get off. And that's, as I say, was in the balancing pond there. But Derby Parks volunteers, look, they came along, 22 tonnes of limestone chippings and laid a new path. And we took this other day, so I could get this on here, so it's had a few weeks on there, look. Over here, look, is the big pond. There's the wood at the back, the woodland there. And that goes down, all on the other side is the Nature Reserve, and also further down. And that's a sign there. There's another one of those signs in the other, because it's so big. It's so big. It's so lovely. Okay, thanks, Sarah. Here we go. Now, Jean Lund, our projects officer, they're coming in Forest School. Forest School. Does anybody know about Forest School? Yeah? That's a big coming thing now. And Jean decided to go into training. It's outdoor education. That's what it mainly is. You know, self-survival, building dens, they do all sorts. And they've only just, the uniform groups are coming down, and soon G will be qualified, and there'll be lots of children and schools coming down to come and give work down on the Nature Reserve. They'll go back in different parks, they go all sorts and over in whatever activity they're doing. Thanks, Sarah. Here we go. Now then, Green Space Forum, Sarah was on about them. Derby's been doing them for years. We have 3 a year, 3-year, the Parks Department links with all the friends groups in Derby, and we all come together, and we do 2 in different areas of Derby. At Alveston, we've been to Micklow, we close down a pavilion, but the final one is always at Derby University, when they give awards out for all different awards, you know, memorable moment, or the biggest person they give out put to green space, and all those come along. And here you can see, it was at Markeaton, this was, which had a major development there. And we've got a great working team here that we work together, and this is like Sarah said, communication. I always remember an headmaster telling me what a good school ran on. Common sense and communication. What communication is here. This is it. Shall we say this is like the over the wheel, and all the friends groups are like the spokes. See, they all join together, and we link with those there. Thanks, Sarah. Here we are, look. This is when she came down to do a mammal survey, and she came down, and it was Rebecca Gosling, and she did this mammal survey for weeks. She used to come down early in the morning, and she got to go back within 12 hours to the traps at night, because you weren't allowed to keep them in more than 12 hours. And she did this wonderful survey, and it got her degree. She presented that one at the uni. She also did the butterfly count as well, and that was Rebecca. As I said, we get also at the same time, we had the orienteering, Great Britain orienteering, picked us again down there to come and do orienteering. So we went on a course at Matlock, come back, and they provide all the materials for you. We lay out different plans, and all these different, so we put it out about the orienteering on Sydney-Port Park. I wouldn't say it was successful really, and they told us they got 4 or 5 years funding. They never picked us again this year, so, because really, once they'd done it once or twice, you're covering different maps and different areas, but gradually it started to fade off a bit, and it wasn't really, as I say, worthwhile to do again. And then we get people come down to team building, they come down, we get the HSBC bank. We've had them all down doing work. There was one when they did that landscaping, they were doing all the painting of the barriers, because you have to have the barriers up and the gates, etc., all the paint. Great day. They wanted to stay and come down again. Isn't it great when it's like that, when people want to come down and join you? Thanks, Sarah. Here we go, look. This is the patio they put in. This was Treetops Cave. I'm going to tell you about that day, because what it was, you know, it's not all conservation work, and it's nice to do something for charity. And I'm going to tell you a story here. What happened was, it was Tricia and Wilma, 2 of our group, had got 2 friends who had got terminal cancer, and they were being supported by the Treetops Hospice. And they said, hey, can we put a day on to do fundraising for Treetops? I said, yeah, but let's ask the council, see if they give us permission, which they kind of did, and they said, you'll be under the umbrella of the Friends of Sydney-Port Park local nation. I said, yes, that's fine. And what happened? Well, we didn't know whether the people had come or not. Well, do you remember that film, Field of Dreams? And did you remember it? And Kevin Costner used to say, wondered if people would come. And then that big fella said, they'll come. And you know, they did come. They kept coming all day long to the pavilion for our Treetops. It was called Tea with Treetops. And there was that many people who came. Then there in the gazebo, they didn't even want to go home. I said, hey, come on, we've got to go. Not, you know, and people were so enjoying it. We raised £600. £600 in a day for Treetops. What a great pleasure it was. And then another thing, it was the Scott Shorty Memorial Fund Day. Sadly, Scott Shorty got murdered on the beach in Tunisia, and his sons lived in Simply. And they said, hey, we'd like you to join us on doing a real big Memorial Fund Day. I said, that's fine, what can we do? They said, well, we want to do this probably biannual or annually, and we want to do it that we can say, do a fund day in the respect that we can raise funding for the St Giles Hospice and the British Lung Foundation. I said, tell us where we can help you. Well, obviously we opened the cafe up, and because of the extra trade we got, we was able to give them quite a large donation. And so that was great, and we worked together. So there was 2 like charities that was able to be involved with. Thanks, Sarah. And here, look here. Now this here. This was, what happened was, the local minister, Sarah, says, hey, Colin, can we come down to your nature reserve and do a service? I said, what? Oh, I'm so pleased you asked us, of course you can. So what we did, we went down, but what we did in case it rained, we went down for an hour down on the reserve, and then we went back to the church. So down we came, and we went down into Dingley Dell. There's Dingley Dell at the back there. Some lovely lovely trees, all like a tunnel in there. Radio Derby's done many broadcastings from there. I went in there and Sarah had them all picking up these sticks. I thought, what's she up to now, you know? And so we went back to the church and she had them all making these crosses. And they were called Dingley Dell crosses. And we thought, hey, how magic that was. And she, you know, people say to me now, I've got in and said, hey Colin, I've still got my Dingley Dell cross. Hey, I said, isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely how they work? They come down a lot, came down on the motor left and all that like that. And so as I say, some little snippets for you. We've got a John Bland, one of our team. He wanted to lose weight. He's down there most days, he's lost 41 pounds he's lost. I said, don't keep going like that, John, we won't see you at the end of the year. But it's really good, that's there. And then we have the Winchester Club. They're a team that come down a group of adults with learning difficulties. They enjoy it, they come every year to see us. And then we'll tour around the nature reserve. I remember this year we had a sad occasion. There was a bit of a Severn Trent was called down. It was like Vietnam day and night. There was a sewage break on the pipe, sewage pipe. Well, it all flooded the meadow. And we thought, crikey me, you couldn't get down, get to close the cafe for a day. And fortunately, Chris, who led the Severn Trent team, gave us a donation for tools for our not being able to come down. And he told us that where the meadow had been damaged with the sewage, they had to go and buy this special meadow seed, and it was £640 for 22 kilograms. So I thought, crikey, that's more expensive, but it looks great now. It looks lovely. And as I say, we're a great team, you know, it's been magic, and I hope it stays on as well. And without all the help that we get, all the help from my team, all the help from the others, it's like I said at a meeting the other week, I'll be like an handbrake on a canoe. Thanks everybody!